It's not the house that's haunted. It's your son.
Ghost stories are one of the oldest and most enduring of all types of horror, something humans have scared themselves with for thousands of years. This is a packed subgenre, no doubt. So, to make things easier, I'm limiting my selection by keeping the focus on the spirits or hauntings tied to people, objects, or emotions, rather than haunted houses that focus on specific locations, like The Conjuring or Amityville Horror or other supernatural events like demonic possessions, for example. I'll get into those sorts of things on other nights, but there's some overlap for sure, so this isn't an exact science. Some standouts in this category are The Others, a fantastic gothic mystery, Oculus, a surprisingly good watch about a haunted mirror, Ju-on or The Grudge, What Lies Beneath, Insidious, and The Sixth Sense, of course. Though I don't really feel like The Sixth Sense is a horror movie strictly. It's an awesome watch, though, no matter how you classify it. However, the ghost story that actually spooked me when I saw it in the theater is The Ring.
And as soon as it's over, your phone rings. Someone knows you've watched it. And what they say is, you will die in 7 days.
Some stories don't end when the credits roll, they crawl out of the screen and into your life. That's the central terror behind both Ringu from 1998, the Japanese horror classic that reshaped the genre, and its American remake, The Ring from 2002, which carried that curse to a new demographic of unsuspecting viewers. I saw The Ring remake first, when I was in my early 20s. As I said, I saw it in the theater, and it genuinely gave me chills, which only one movie in my late teens or early adulthood had ever done before, and that's The Exorcist. There are some seriously gnarly scenes in this movie. Aside from a few jump scares, the whole thing has such a thick atmosphere of dread, relying heavily on psychological horror. The unsettling imagery, the very deliberate movements of characters and objects that build tension, and the esoteric premise of the haunted videotape, giving it a very taboo and dangerous feeling. I saw the Japanese version later and also liked it. They differ somewhat in story and definitely in cinematography, with the Japanese version feeling a little more art house, whereas the American version has slicker visuals with more explicit deaths. But I'd recommend any horror fan watch them both. It's worth it. Both films follow a journalist investigating a mysterious videotape that kills anyone who watches it within 7 days. In Ringu, reporter Reiko Asakawa races to uncover the origins of the tape, a bleak trail leading to Sadako, a psychic girl horribly wronged. In The Ring, Naomi Watts takes on the same role as Rachel Keller, translating that dread into a colder Pacific Northwest setting where dripping water, static screens, and whispering telephones signal the countdown to death. What makes Ringu so chilling is the curse as contagion. Sadako's rage spreads like a virus, unstoppable and impersonal, reflecting late 90s fears of technology. The Ring amplifies this with Hollywood's precision, a slick, washed out palette, Gore Verbinski's haunting direction, and Hans Zimmer's unnerving score. Both versions capture something primal, the fear that knowledge itself can kill, that once you've seen something terrible, you can never unsee it. It's a fantastic and chilling mystery where nothing's really arbitrary, including the 7 day countdown. And there's a final twist that forces every viewer to confront their own moral boundaries. Movies like the more recent Smile and Smile 2 were inspired by The Ring, and there are some similarities with It Follows, like the curse element. So if you like those but haven't seen The Ring yet, you might get a kick out of it. Though be warned, because some of those visuals will stick with you forever. And that was night 5, where the ghostly horror comes from realizing you're next. Stay tuned for night 6, boils and ghouls.